Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kathleen, and in today's video we're going to be doing a radiant age-defying makeup look on my mature skin. So if that interests you, stay tuned. I went to Sephora this week and I picked up some products. I picked up this Prism Libre by Givenchy. It is in the number 2, I believe. It's a finishing powder. I picked up this Hydra Stick illuminator to add moisture to my skin and a slight glow, which is going to give us some radiance. With the foundation I'm going to be using is this Clinique. And I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Glam palette. And don't be fooled by the name Glam, because it's a very versatile palette. It leans more towards cool tone shadows, but it's very versatile. Trust me, I love it. And I'm also going to be using this Natasha Denona concealer and just some other products that I've had here and there, and hopefully just give you an everyday look that you can use, or if you're going out, you can use it too. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to get started first with my brows. I'm going to use this Browsing palette in the number 3. I have my angle brush here from MAC, and it is the number 203. I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in first, and I'm going to outline my brows. Maybe I'll bring you guys in a little closer so you can see. There we go. You can see I have really bad brows. I'm gonna clip my hair back. There we go. Okay, so let's get in there and do the brows. The brows are hard to do on camera. I'm gonna start from the top. I don't know where you're watching from, but I'm in New Jersey, and we had a snowstorm last night, which we haven't had snowstorms in quite a while here. It's been a couple years since we've had a really good snowstorm. So for those of you who don't know, who've never been here before, welcome. My name's Kathleen. I have a bridal hair and makeup company in New Jersey. I've been in this industry my entire life. Hair and makeup, really. I've been in salons, I've been in worked for different bridal hair and makeup companies while I was raising my children. And then a few years, well, more than a few years, probably about 8 years ago, I started my own company, and I've been running that ever since. So, needless to say, I love hair and makeup. And I'm pretty much very natural makeup wearer. I lean more towards just enhancing people's beauty. I don't really like to transform them. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've seen amazing things with transformational artists, drag queens, stuff like that. Like, that stuff is amazing. It really is. But I don't, you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's not something that I do. I've never really been leaned towards that. So, okay, so my brows are done. I'm going to go in next, and I'm going to use the MAC Painterly in Paint Pot. You can see it's this skin tone color, and you can see that it's well loved. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to take my brush, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to even out the skin tone on my eyelids so that the shadow goes on there looking, you know, just true to color. If you have all different colors on your lid, then it's going to affect the way that that shadow looks. It's going to look darker in some places, lighter in other places. So you really want it to be pretty cohesive. And you will see that I lean really towards a very natural look. I don't really go too heavy. So I said that. I love this this eyelid primer in my back. If you don't use eyelid primer a lot, it's not really worth the money for you to buy. I would go and buy something by NYX or something else. But if you use an eye primer a lot and you're going to use it all the time, this is definitely something that you should consider. But if you don't, like, it dries out. It'll dry out within a year, like by the end of that year, and you'll just be like throwing it out because it's really unusable. Yeah, unusable. All right, so next we're going to go in and we're going to, I'm going to use, like I said, this palette. And you can see it's a pretty hefty palette. These palettes here are removable for anybody who does professional work and needs to move them out. Like, you can pull these out and move them around. You can see that it leans more towards cooler shades, but there are a couple warm shades in there. There's quite a few shimmers, and they give you directions on what product to use on what part of the eye, which is like right on there. Like it has center of the eye, outer part of the eye, inner, the crease, transition. So each one of these tells you, the name of each shadow tells you where to go with that shadow. So to start off, I'm going to start off with this color right here, which is Blend, right? Okay, and I'm going to take my, this Wayne Goss and the number 16 pencil. I'm going to go in and I am going to kind of swirl that around in there, and I'm going to tap off into the excess, and I am going to go up, back and forth with like sweeping motions. Just to kind of give a little lift to that, you can see. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay. The same thing over here, tap off the excess. Okay, and then I'm going to take this brush here and I'm going to go and put a shimmer on. And where it says the center of the lid right here, I'm going to go in, I'm going to tap in there. And I am going to go across that whole lid there. So comment below, let me know if you have this palette, if you've used this palette, what your thoughts are on this palette. Have you used any of Natasha Denona's products? Let us know, maybe you'll help somebody else out. Okay, next I'm going to go in and I'm going to take, what am I going to take? I'm going to take a pencil brush right here, and I'm going to see it's smaller, and I'm going to go in with a little bit darker brown. Say this one here, I'm going to go in there, and I'm just going to go a little bit in the corner here, not much. And I'm just going to keep brushing that up. Just a very subtle look, just to kind of define that outer corner a little bit. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do. I might bring this across my lid a little bit, right on that lash line. To go and just kind of take it and look down and kind of brush it right across. It'll be a very subtle like liner going across there, and more of a smudge type look. Now if you do need to go in and do a lined look, you can take another angle brush, and I was just sharing this the other day on a video. This is called Ink Blot, and it is like a Durablend. You can use this to, I use it a lot to, like if I'm using a palette and I need a liner, a specific liner color, and it's just easier for me to go in there. If I use this on any one of these, it will transform it into a liner where you don't have to go and like dig out for a liner, and then it does not ruin the palette. And let me tell you, this thing will last you forever. I've had it for a few years. It doesn't go bad. You just take a drop of it like this. It doesn't ruin your palettes either. It just comes in a little dropper. And I'm gonna go, let's say I'm gonna go into that dark brown palette that I just used, and I'm gonna drop that in there, one drop, that's all you need. And then it emulsifies it, and then what you can do is just take an angle brush and go in there and kind of dip that into it. and it'll turn it into a liner, like that. But it's a more, like, you can do this with just the powder, but this will stay and it'll just give it a little bit more pop. So I'm gonna go in, I'm going to but the beautiful thing is that it doesn't ruin the palette. I'm just gonna go a little bit on the corner there. And then like it dries out again, and then your palette is fine. It does not ruin the powders. Okay. And then I'm going to take a clean brush. I'm going to be taking this 08 brush by Yano. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to kind of blend that all together. I don't like it to kind of just clean back and forth. So again, it's not too heavy looking. It's very subtle, but yet your eyes pop, you know, a little bit. There's not a lot of fallout, but there is a little bit of what's called kickback on the palette when you're sticking your brushes into it, like it moves because it's a very creamy formula. Okay, so next, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go in and I'm gonna use the Hydra Stick. This is what I got from Indie Lee. It's a radiant moisturizing stick. And it will just help hydrate my dry skin. I don't know if you have dry skin. You can see it's has like a kind of a yellow tinge to it. Go in all over. This is just gonna kind of give it like a radiant glow underneath my foundation. Feels nice on the skin. Feels very cooling. I don't know if I would use it on my own. It looks like I'm jaundiced. Okay, next I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be using this Clinique. It's called the Even Better Glow. So, you know, we want the radiance, so that's what we're aiming for today. And I'm gonna go out with a squeeze of that. It does not come in a pump bottle, it comes in with like a little squeeze tube. Go in and I'm gonna tap in there. I'm gonna tap all over. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend it in. I always love to know what other people's foundation is they like to use, especially if they have major dry skin, or even whatever kind of skin tone that you have. What do you like to use to help with the dry skin part, or if you have oily skin, whatever it may be. So you can see that has a nice finish. It does have a nice glow to it. Do I need like a little bit? Usually a pump will do it for me, but I'm gonna go in with a little bit more and clean up here. My nose. This is my foundation brush. It's by Sonia G. Great brush. Well, it certainly does give it a glow. See, I like a glow. I like a healthier type look, a more radiant look, lit from within type look. I don't like a matte look, but we're all different. I guess maybe if I had oily skin, I probably wouldn't like it. All right, next I'm gonna go in and I'm going to use this concealer. Natasha, I've been wanting to get this. Every time I go there, my color was sold out. I seem to have a very popular color. This is in, what is it? Y2. I'll show you. It's got this like doe foot applicator on there. It's that color there. And let's go in and see. And I'm gonna take a dab here. It looks a little light. I'll go underneath there. I like to go in there. There. Let's go down there a little bit. Okay. And I'm gonna take this blending brush, this concealer brush, and go in there and blend it out. Bring that up. So it's really hard. I mean, one of the things I do like doing is going into like Sephora is I can try the products, but I don't want to put products that have been sitting there on my skin. So I think I might, this is a little bit lighter than what I'd like. I would go back and get probably a shade a little bit up, maybe the number Y3. I don't know, it's kind of, I mean, I could change my mind by the end of this video, but right now I feel like it's pretty light. But let me see. It looks nice on the skin though, it's not creasing. So that is the concealer underneath the eye there. And next I'm going to go in and I am going to use Contour Stick by Fenty Beauty. And it is in the color Amber. It's this color, and I'm gonna go around, I'm just gonna contour lightly. I like sticks, contours, I like cream contours on my mature skin. Not that I can't use powders, but I have a tendency to like these. Now, you don't need to use a contour, like, you know, for the most part, I don't. I'm just gonna go around and blend that in. I like this because it's not real warm, it's more of a cooler shade, and it really is very blendable. It's very easy to put on. And if you, it's very hard to overdo it. I think I'm going, which is rare, I might go in and do a little bit more here. I like the way it tones down my jowls. And again, I'm always bringing everything up, lifting it, trying to lift as much as possible up. Okay, so that is the Fenty Beauty. I'll put everything in the description box below so that you can have it for reference. Okay, that's done. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take, I'm gonna start off with the Prism Libre, this finishing powder. It's not really a finishing powder, it's a loose powder. At Sephora, because I don't think they only had the smaller sample size there, which are probably gonna love this. It's finely milled. Everybody raves about it. I just wanna make sure I get all 4 of those colors in there. I'm gonna take my brush, this brush here, this is my Sonia G, it's my powder brush. I'm gonna go in and kind of just swirl that all the way around in there. And then I'm gonna go and kind of lightly dust this on my face. Because I don't wanna take down the glow, like I like that, and this is one of the things I liked about this powder, is that it's not going to do that. But I'm not gonna look like a shiny disco ball. I don't know, I like it. Thoughts? What are you thinking? The brightening, right? Like it brightens up the face. Yeah, but yet even with the Hydro Stick, it didn't really take that down. I still feel like I have a healthy glow. I like that. Okay, that's a winner. All right, next I'm gonna go in and I'm going to try out this blush from Dior. It is Like I said, in this rosy pink, like that can be very intimidating looking at that, right? That Barbie pink. I'm gonna take my blush brush right here. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna tap into that. There's no smell to it, which is good. Oh, pretty. Can you see that? That is a pretty, pretty pink. That is really pretty. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm just gonna go and tap that down a little bit. I don't want to look like. So it looks healthy, right? Okay, I'm gonna go in next. I'm gonna clean up underneath those brows real quick. Because I feel like when I go up there and clean up underneath my brows, it gives me a lifting look. I'm going to use the same concealer that I used on my under eye. I like the concealer. I like it a lot. It's not creasing under my eye. It's very hydrating. It doesn't feel dry. I know a lot of times people like to use shimmer underneath their brow bone to accentuate it. I don't like to use shimmer. I just like to use a concealer myself. I like the way that looks. I mean, if I was going to use a little tiny bit, I would put maybe a tiny bit right there, but I wouldn't go all over. I have too much texture up there. I mean, it looks great on some people. It really does. I'm going to take that clean brush I used before. Where is she? And go back in there and clean. Just kind of blend that whole thing in. Now, can you see how that just kind of like lifts up that brow there? So it doesn't look like my brows are coming down, like I look angry. All right, let's go over here. But for the most part, you know, and I talk to my brides about this all the time, is the canvas that we have to put the makeup on is the most important thing. You need to take care of your skin. You need a good skin regimen, you know, morning and night, and you will see a huge difference in the way that your makeup applies. Because we can cover up discoloration, we can cover up, you know, sun damage, redness, you know, dark circles, any of that. But if there's a lot of texture on the skin, we can't cover that up. If you have a lot of acne, if you have a lot of dry patches, if you have a lot of, you need some cell regeneration, like we can't cover that up. You know what I mean? It's just gonna look heavier on your face. So a good skincare regimen is crucial if you want your makeup to look healthy and glowing. Okay, I'm gonna blend that in a little bit more. All right, okay, we're moving right along here. I'm gonna go and I'm going to use, this lash curler by Surratt. And then I'm going to be using, the mascara is the Telescopic Lift by L'Oreal. I'm really liking this. It's waterproof. And I think it gives a tremendous amount of, there's not a lot of drop off from it. And there's no flaking. Now if I wanted to dress this up a little bit, I could put like a corner lash on, or I could put a full lash on too if I wanted to. And mascara is killer, isn't it? It really is. Okay guys, yeah, I mean if you're gaining any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video, which I started uploading on Tuesdays and Saturdays now, moving forward and for 2024. Okay, so next I'm gonna use this Lip Injection Lip Plumper, okay, by Too Faced. And it's a plumping lip that actually does work, but it does feel like a bee stung your lips. It's painful for a few minutes, but you will, I have no lips, but you will see some fullness come up in your lips that you didn't have before after using this. So if you don't mind feeling like you got stung by a bee on your lips, of all places, then you might want to try this. But it does work, so it depends on, you know, how desperate you are to have full lips. I mean, does it come nowhere near to like what you would have if you had lip injections? No, but you do see some fullness in your lips. All right, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna outline my lip with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And because I'm not using anything else but this, I'm gonna go in and fill my lip in with this lip pencil. And lip pencils have a tendency to have more pigment in them, so they will last longer on your lips. Okay. So take notice. It'll take a few seconds anyway. All right, where are we at with everything? I think that's it, right? Did I use everything I wanted to use and show you everything I wanted to show you? I hope so. And I'm gonna take my hair down. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think oh, you know what I forgot is setting spray. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna use the all-nighter. I usually like to do this before I put mascara on, but for some reason I forgot. That was the thing I was saying I forgot. Okay, guys. So what do you think of the lips? Can you see a difference? It hasn't started to hurt yet, so they're probably, hasn't taken in the full effect, so I'll just wait a couple seconds here. I feel like it's starting to burn a little bit. And I know people have said, like, I can't use it, it hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt that bad. I mean, it doesn't even hurt as bad as getting stung with a bee, because I've certainly got stung with a lot of bees in my life, but it's a sensation, a weird sensation on your lips. So what do you think of the whole makeup look? What do you think of the Natasha Denona Glam Palette? I mean, I barely only touched, what, 3 of the eyeshadows on there, but you can get a good feel for it. But don't be intimidated by the whole glam thing. I was in the beginning, I was like, glam, like that's not me. I don't do glam, I need more neutrals. When she just came out with a neutral palette too, that's all neutrals. But I like this, I really like it a lot because I can go either way with it. I don't have to put glam on if I don't want, right? That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you gained any value, please consider subscribing. And stay healthy, okay? Talk to you later, bye-bye.